Hello, everyone. Today is Saturday, why did I say January? Saturday, July, 26, 2025 at 10:26 a.m. in the morning. It was just 10:25 when the video started. My words are not coming out properly. So, excuse me. My sleep was a little bit better. Oh, my neck. My sleep was a little bit better than the night before. Um, so, I think I got more thumbs down and less thumbs up with the most recent regular video. I keep explaining to y'all why a lot of times if I have to do the video in the dark. But if people are not interested in me, and they don't want me around, but then, I do a video in the dark and people don't like it. But people, they say they would rather see my face. But as I said, because I'm doing the video in the daytime right now, it's going to take a whole lot longer. Well, I turned on the light so y'all could see me. But I mean, I don't know if less people were interested in hearing what I had to say last night because it was not in the light. But and I think I got more thumbs down on the videos, or a lot of people must have just ignored and passed me up, But yeah, because if I had the light turned on saying exactly what I said last night, I wouldn't have just 104 views. I probably would have had 280 something. And then also, I would have had like 280 something views and probably like 12 likes or something. Who knows? I don't know. But only at the time of this video, I only got 104 views and 1 like. But, I don't know if the video may not upload until later this afternoon. See, while they hit me with weapons and causing me hiccups. They're trying to stop me from talking, causing me manufacture fake hiccups to try to make me shut up. Excuse me. But excuse me. Stop. So, and also I guess the stalkers, they like to illegally see where I'm at. And so if I'm in the dark, they can't see me, but they still illegally find out where I'm at. And, and these hotels have been, wow, come on. These hotels have been saying that they are sick and tired of the stalkers calling and harassing. Excuse me, now they're making me sneeze and everything. Excuse me, that's them doing this. Um, like even well, I'm not gonna say which hotel, but another hotel was telling me like back in March and April that they are sick and tired of the stalkers, calling up so much. Even the libraries, I'm not gonna say which one, was saying that they were sick and tired of the stalkers calling up so much to spread lies about me, hoping that they would get me wrongfully kicked out and banned. You know, so but now the stalkers have become desperate enough that they have illegally, I don't know, some kind of way moved down here so that they can have easier access to come, to come and do stuff to me. I would so that fake ass guy that pretended to be Tyree Sneed with the sunglasses on, um, and came to harass me, he lied to another perp and said that I'm demon possessed and that he eyewitnessed my eyes go black before. And they're full of shit because, okay, when you came and saw me, why'd you have sunglasses on night? Sunglasses on at night. Who's the one with the evil eyes here? And then he brought two dogs to try to intimidate me. And I'm wondering if that was the perp that went in person to go to sleep in hotel and show them my live stream on my videos and spread lies. And the lady that had my back just the week before, um, I don't know if she must have protested and defended me or if she believed his lies right away. Because I said nothing about the staff at that hotel that day in that live stream. Nothing. And I was, the more I try to defend my innocence and explain myself, she rushed me out even harder and kept on threatening to call the police on me. That lady sold out. Excuse me, she sold out. So she compromised. Because what do you do when I warn you in advance about stalkers? And that should apply in person too. Like some white man come to a hotel to see about me. You're fucking sick. Even if it's a black man doing it, I don't know you. They illegally tracking, my location and everything. You know, but certain people are like, oh, it's the background of where you're at or whatever. So I've been at hotels and trying to record in the dark and can't get my needs met because everybody's ignoring me. 'Cause nobody trying to pay attention to me. And it's like, wow, last week I was forced to have to live stream when I was trying not to because I didn't get the help that I needed out the bad weather. Stalkers illegally found out my location and publicized it, you know. Excuse me. So, but yeah, y'all the ones sold y'all soul. Y'all the ones stalking, following, and harassing. How y'all trying to falsely portray me as the demonic one when I have screenshots of y'all threatening y'all witchcraft on me, talking about your tarot cards and everything. Excuse me. So, shut up. But yeah, I woke up. Um, it was just before 10:15 this morning. Probably was could have been 10:12 or something that I woke up to use the bathroom, or yeah, something like that. I didn't look. I had to go to the bathroom so bad that I didn't check my phone before, but I checked my phone after, and it was about 10:15. Excuse me, after I left the bathroom and came back, you know. Excuse me. So, but it's been raining this morning. So yeah, my sleep. I had a hard time with sleep between last night and this morning, but it was better than the night before. And I did not have breakfast. I mean, I don't know if I might just have a late breakfast during lunch hours, or excuse me, if I might have a late breakfast during lunch hours, or if I should just have lunch food. I don't know. But excuse me. But yeah, I looked out the window and it's raining. But there's something else I can't say. It's nothing bad, but I just can't say it because I don't want the stalkers. But anyway, so hold on, I have to put my earbuds in. So everything was extra quiet, but now that I'm doing a video, it seems like there's a noise competition that they're allowed in the hallway. Not that like everything was all quiet until now I'm doing my video. But excuse me. But like excuse me. It seems like my feet or my toes, I don't know if they're starting to heal a little bit or get a little bit better. You know, excuse me. So, um, like, I'm not sure how this menopause thing is supposed to go, but I'm 41. Me and my twin sister is gonna be 42 years old August 25th of next month, and excuse me. It seems like around the time of right when Wyatt's ritual sacrifice happened. Now she's starting to believe the fake cult, the family cult lies about when our birthday is. And it's like, why should I believe what the family say about my birthday on my end? Why should I believe it? When they never acknowledge me, they never love me enough to throw any parties for me, but they sneak behind my back and throw parties for her, and we just share the same birthday. And I think she's also using that the fake 24th tactic to think that she can fake appear older than me. Excuse me, but we were born August 25th, 1983, and I was born 10/23, p.m. at night, and she was born at 10:36 p.m. at night, 13 minutes apart. And the family, the biological family, they lie and say our birthday was on the 24th. It was on the 25th. The biological mom, Frances, she didn't know what the hell she was talking about, and she was always getting stuff wrong. But the family, they don't care about us. They don't acknowledge our birthday. They don't call us. All these years, they never called to wish us a happy birthday, never any birthday parties. So why should I believe any of the family's fake authority on when our birthday is, when you don't even call me or wish me a happy birthday? But what narcissists like to do is, if they hate you so much that they don't care about your birthday or whatever, and for them to acknowledge it, they will mention the wrong date on purpose. Like the fake foster mom, Adrian Felder, excuse me, she never cared about us. And she kept lying to people and saying that our birthday was August 26th. And she would never celebrate our birthday on that day. It was either on the 26th or after. This bitch will sometimes celebrate our birthday after September 1st. And then, believe it or not, in foster care, the last birthday party we ever had was like 8 years old in third grade, when the foster dad Al was still alive. I don't even think we had a 9th birthday party, but he was still alive then. Excuse me, and I think I remember it was a Saturday, August 25th, 1990. I could be wrong, but I got to double check. But I remember for our 7th day, I think our foster dad Al's dad, I guess Grandpa, and he said, your birthday is today, but your party is tomorrow. That's how he said, your birthday is today, but your party is tomorrow. And I was confused, because the next day was Sunday. And I was wondering, well, how come everybody else's party get to be on their birthday, but our party never get to be on our birthday? But the fake foster mom, Adrian Felder, with her fake morality, she never celebrated. If our birthday fell on a weekday, she never celebrated it that day. It was always that following weekend, like Saturday or Sunday. Excuse me. Excuse me. And the fake foster mom, Adrian Felder, had our school records with false information because she didn't give a fuck. But, excuse me, I was 13 years old in 8th grade, and I was wondering why my birthday, why my twin sister wasn't with me. We shared the same birthday. It was a Sunday, and I don't remember. I think it was on our birthday that day. I think Sunday, August 25th, 1996. I think, because our 12th birthday was a Friday, and I got bullied at school, 1995. And those ignorant Project Ghetto fake crusty kids at school, try to bully, harass, and threaten me and say, don't nobody care about your birthday, or stop talking about your birthday. Excuse me. And it was like the first week of school, first or second, and they had this big tall girl named Sylvia, and I don't remember her having much hair, and she was big and obese. I was a skinnier 12-year-old, and I was much shorter than her. She was a big bully, and she bullied me so bad that I had to switch English classes because she bullied me about my birthday and tried to fight me. With her talking about don't nobody care about your birthday, you know. But you know, but for years my twin sister did not believe the family lies about talking about our birthday being August 24th. And now, since Wyatt, got sacrificed, oh, now she's falsely claiming August 24th as our birthday. And then she's using that to perk me about Aaliyah also. Because Aaliyah died on our birthday, August 25th, when we turned 18. You think there was a birthday party that day or that weekend for me? Nope. But it probably was for her. I mean, for me to go to college broke with no money. The foster mom would either have me penniless, and she would used to tell me, "You're gonna be. Let me tell you something, Candy. You're gonna be plenty of days broke." She stole thousands of dollars from me. You know. But yeah, so but I mean but yeah, excuse me. But for our 13th birthday, I remember I accidentally sliced and cut my finger, my thumb. I was cutting something up. I don't remember if I was cutting a can of peaches or something. Couldn't find a can opener or something kind of way. I sliced my finger, and I remember bleeding a lot. Not bad enough to have to go to the hospital though. But but you know, but the foster mom, she quit giving us birthday parties and looked for an excuse to punish us so that she wouldn't celebrate our birthday, and have us punished every year for our birthday. So then once we turned 18, like when we were in foster care, me and my twin sister would never get along, but we would try for our birthday to get along as best as we could. Excuse me. Even my senior year in high school, we turned 17 on a Friday. And when we turned 18, my twin sister, I did not hear from her at all. But she called me up the next day, Sunday, August 26th, 2001, and telling me, oh, Aaliyah had died last night. I'm like, what, on our birthday? You know, but, um, so, but, we both used to be fans of Aaliyah together until the fake foster mom Adrian Felder acted like she had a problem with it. And then the foster mom, like every time I brought up or talking about Aaliyah, the foster mom would be like very abusive, and my twin sister watched that, and then she used that as an opportunity to start perping me with Aaliyah, or my twin sister would pick an argument with me after turning 18. She would pick an argument with me for an excuse to justify, punishing me with the silent treatment every year. Or, it's like my twin sister would not even, call me smack dab midnight and, for us to wish each other happy birthday. You know. But or she would ignore me when we are on good terms for our birthday. She would ignore me and then pretend. I mean, wait till like close to midnight the following night. I'm sorry, midnight the following morning, or she would wait till like 11, 12 o'clock at night on August 25th or 26th to acknowledge me. But one time in 2012 or 13, no, it wasn't 2012, it was 2013 or 14, I tried to send her birthday gifts, and maybe it was the gang stalkers that must have trashed up, the gifts that I tried to send her, and it was some natural health gifts, and she got mad at me, like it was my fault, you know, and for our 13, I'm sorry, for the year 2013, she picked an argument with me for an excuse to justify not talking to me. She was very abusive. Excuse me, and she made a threat. And even in 2007, if she ignored me, and I had a so-called mental health crisis and having severe panic attacks and feeling nearly suicidal because, she'll pick excuses to not talk to me. Just make up lies and stuff. Make up lies for an excuse to justify not talking to me for our birthday. So, and then she knew how poor I was, and, she tried to call me cheap, that all I was able to afford one time was to send her a card and $10. But like for her to not even acknowledge me for our birthday every year, or ignore me for an excuse to not talk to me, or pick an argument with and for our 19th birthday, it was also a Sunday. And I'm sorry, the year 2019 was a Sunday. But yeah, I think our 19th birthday was a Sunday also. But I meant to say the year 2019 was a Sunday. And the year 2019 was a Sunday. And we had an argument about the fake IDMR cult the day before, and I went to work crying, and I almost wanted to quit. And then 2 days later, I ended up getting wrongfully fired from my job and banned from the fake dirty YMCA in downtown Pensacola. Excuse me. But yeah. But I'm feeling anxiety about our birthday this year because I don't know if I can get to go on that trip. That's supposed to be a day trip. I don't know if I'll get to go, and I don't know if I will be sitting in jail, wrongfully sitting in jail or not. But I'm disappointed that it's the 26th of the month, and I just now made the $100 mark for the YouTube AdSense check. In no way in 4 days can I hustle up or earn enough for like $150 or $200. Excuse me, and this is gonna be like the least I ever made because of not being able to live stream, or not the stalkers preventing me from live streaming as much. Um, you know, for the month of August, I'll be them just barely getting a little bit over $100 from earning from YouTube live streaming for the whole month. And the stalkers think that shit is funny for me to have a miserable birthday or have nothing at all. And as I said, the stalkers bragged about how they falsely reported my Cash App. And they're bragging about falsely reporting my YouTube and everything too, getting everything shut down. They illegally got another TikTok shut down yesterday or the day before, you know. And so, you know, and I don't see how the stalkers can keep up with so many fake profiles when I can barely manage you know, 3 or 4 YouTube accounts. Or I can't even manage a lot of email accounts. Like, for me to have like 7 or 8 TikTok accounts, that's too much for me to handle. I don't see how the stalkers can do it or keep up with it, you know. But I'll say this though. Speaking of the jail and court situation, if I'm not in jail from August 11th, and also if I'm not in jail for August 13th court date, then I would like to have my novel completed, or, you know, done working on it, and self-publish it on our birthday on August 25th, that Monday. And I hate Mondays, but I love 42. That's one of my favorite numbers. Um, yeah. But but I mean, but yeah, even with working on a few paragraphs last night, I was having so much fun. Excuse me. I was having so much fun writing the novel. But as I said, I'm gonna only earn 10 cents. I'm only gonna earn 10 cents from, I mean, on the 29th. That's 3 days from now. 10 cents from, I guess someone must have had Amazon Prime or something. But yeah, I don't earn much at all from my writings for the stalkers. I don't earn much from my writings. I don't earn much from my YouTube. You know, I don't get a whole lot of donations. You know, I get the bare minimum of when I ask for hotel help, or, you know, or food or whatever. I get the bare minimum. I seldom get like an abundance. But, you know, I never got $1,000 donation. And the stalkers, to keep falsely accusing me of scamming and committing fraud, and they don't have any proof. they're just a cult coming together spreading lies, or they'll alter things to make it like it's fake proof. They're that desperate, and you know, so and they're a whole bunch of Satan worshipers. But I don't even know, since I've been in a cult growing up, I don't know if it's, is it supposed to be a mission for me to expose cults. And I really like what I've been doing, and I say all the time that cults is not talked about enough. Like, cults, people are so quick to join cults, but there's like not a whole lot of exposure on exposing and speaking out on against cults, you know. But people keep joining and joining and joining cults. I've seen with my own eyes the fake Jehovah's Witness cult members were able to persuade people to listen to them and make the decision and join. And I'm like, no, no. Now you think the fake Jehovah's Witness cult lies make sense now? But I know the Bible does warn about this. I don't remember what book it's in, you know. But, excuse me, for me to heavily promote my ebooks on Twitter and elsewhere, it's still ignored or heavily shadow banned, or nobody pays attention, or nobody's interested, nobody cares, nobody's listening. So, it seems like my biggest platform is YouTube. And the stalkers are illegally trying to take that away. Because they want to cover up their own crimes that I keep exposing. Excuse me. And the ones that, as I said, they want to be self-righteous about Candy's doing this bad, Candy's doing that wrong. But then behind closed doors, they email me filthy sexual talk and nonsense. Like behind closed doors, they would email me and harass me with fake harassing emails talking about falsely accuse me of licking a dog's diarrhea or something like that. That's the type of filthy talk that they would talk. And I know I never did nothing like that, but I'm just using that as an example. Who the hell would make a mockery out of false accusations of molesting a child? But they don't have any proof. Excuse me. And people keep believing the very same liars that I keep warning y'all against, and people keep believing them and going against me. On no matter what social media. It's like people attack me for using YouTube. They attacked me for using TikTok, and I'm like, stay off this place, stay off that place. I don't see why you use that trash anyway. Well, how else am I gonna get my writings out, or how else am I gonna get you know, how else am I gonna get my writings out, or how else am I gonna get my the help that I need since I can't work a regular job? I mean, with me being 41, almost 42 years old, you know, I probably should have had a nice house and a car like over 15 years ago. But for me to be poor all my life, to be poor, like extreme poverty all my life, to the point of homelessness, with a bachelor's degree. So, but yeah, so I'm scheduled to have to check out of this hotel tomorrow morning. No, around noon. And I need to find some time today to just get my little garments washed today, and then let them air dry. Excuse me. And it has been, so I have enough to eat today. Thank y'all. I have enough to eat today, and I'm scheduled to check out of here tomorrow. And the rain is supposed to stop tomorrow and have extreme heat. Well, it's supposed to have a couple of chances of rain tomorrow, and it's supposed to be like extreme heat tomorrow through Tuesday, and then Wednesday and all the rest of next week is supposed to rain again. But you know, I have not had I have not heard anything on how much I'm supposed to earn. I'm sorry, how much I'm supposed to get with the Social Security check. Um, I don't know if I'll find out Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday. You know, but but if I get anything less than $727, I'll let y'all know. And I heard, speaking of this, I heard that Donald Trump is criminalizing homelessness and wanting to throw homeless in prison. Excuse me. And I heard he's passing laws to they want the homeless off the streets, but then it ties in with targeted individuals because excuse me, they force TIs to become homeless and poor. And so that's frightening for a targeted individual. Like a lot of targets I see, they're homeless living in their vehicles. But there's some of us targets that's forced to be extremely poor and live in shelters. And then if you're denied shelters, then you have to live on the streets and get stalked, terrorized, and harassed. Um, you know, and I cannot live underneath the Claiborne Bridge or any of the downtown bridges because it's dangerous. You know, and they say a homeless TI is better off by themselves to stay to themselves because you never know who's gonna be perps or who's gonna be dangerous. And I heard a lot of murders happen underneath the Claiborne Bridge or the bridge under the interstate that's like right by the Greyhound station and around that area, and they've been clearing homeless encampments and all. And a few days ago, they had a homeless guy. Um, he walked up to me and told me it was like 2 or 3 something, and he said, "Be careful because after 5 o'clock, they're gonna start running us out of here." They're running people out of here. You know, I'm talking about the area by the bench that I would sit at. You know, he said, be careful because they're running people out of here. At 5 o'clock, they're going to start running everybody out of here. And I'm like, since when they started doing that. But, so, and I've been hearing that Donald Trump is passing laws to throw homeless in prisons and FEMA camps and all that. In New Orleans, I heard is working on throwing homeless in FEMA camps. Well, I mean, throwing homeless in like jail or whatever, you know. And so many people try to make like homeless people that we deserve jail and FEMA camps, and they make like we're just a waste to society, and that we're just a waste to society, and that we're nothing but trouble, we're criminals, and they try to make it like we're all either on drugs or mentally ill. But if you're like homeless targeted individuals, I don't see them on drugs, or I don't see them being alcoholics or nothing. Every now and then you might come across, someone that's homeless and targeted and doing substance abuse, but most of the time, no. But if they have us wrongfully blacklisted and preventing us, you know, from working or being productive, and who the hell wants to be bullied at work? If they bully you to the point where you're forced to quit, or if you stand your ground and refuse to quit, they will make up a lie for an excuse to justify wrongfully firing you and then blacklist you from employment. So but yeah, I mean, even if my writing is not, you know, because I'm not following mainstream agendas and I'm not worshiping evil, well, I'm not glorifying evil in my writings and perversion. I might mention something perverse, but it's for exposing evil, not to embrace it. So, but yeah, um, when I get off here, I'm gonna try to see what I can eat for lunch, and I don't know if but I want some. I'm in a mood where I want some breakfast food. I'm in a mood where I want some breakfast food, but I might just end up getting lunch. But but as I said, I'm scheduled to have to check out tomorrow and be back on the streets for the next up until at least Wednesday. I don't know if I would get paid Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday. I don't know. I won't know until I see it. But I need to trim my nails. My nails are not really dirty, but they're long. But I was trying to hold out until August 1st, like the first of the month, to trim everything. But I'm sorry for TMI, but um, but like it's been like um, it's been um a month and a day since the first day of my last menstrual period. You know, so you know, excuse me. I, but like before then, my period had become. It came earlier and earlier and earlier and earlier and earlier. But now it's late this month, and I'm dreading it and felt like, oh, I just want to hurry up and get it. I wanted to hurry up and come, and I hope we just wanted to get it over with. Excuse me, but I don't even know. I need to go and research the symptoms of like perimenopause or like premenopause or whatever. But I have like one gray strand of hair, one or two gray strands some of hair up in this area. You know, but um, I wish I could go swimming. I wish, but it's supposed to do more raining today, I guess. But I wish I could get to go swimming. But I guess the stalkers don't want me swimming because maybe my twin sister must have told them not to let Candy go swimming. Because that's what the fake foster mom, Adrian Felder, didn't like me doing what I like or didn't like me doing what makes me happy. And then for me to do things that I like or enjoy or make me happy, my twin sister would call that mental illness or part of my sickness or part of my OCD. How is enjoying life or doing things you like part of your OCD or part of mental sickness when she can do whatever she wants to enjoy life and it's not called mentally ill? Excuse me. 41. I'm 41, almost 42, and for them, you know, why do I need my enemies' permission or approval to do things that make me happy, but then they always want to call me negative and miserable? Because that's what they want me to be, miserable and unhappy and wrongfully eternally punished. And I've been saying for the past few years, the online stalkers applaud my twin sister for celebrating her half of the birthday, but they attack me like if I have a $2 chicken sandwich for fast food on our birthday and that's all I'm punished with, the stalkers will freak out like I'm not even supposed to have that. You know, and for the gang stalkers to be rude to me every year, for me to redeem birthday freebies, or I get called greedy for that. I even encourage my twin sister to participate in, getting birthday freebies, and she would have a fake self-righteous attitude about it. Like, if I would tell her about IHOP free pancakes for your birthday, you know, or Denny's that you can eat for free every year at Denny's, just show them your driver's license. Oh, she would pretend to be fake, not interested because it's me telling her. But then, would it be China or Tierra? She would have spend hundreds of dollars for a lavish feast for their birthdays. Like one time, she spent a $300 hotel on China while she was abusing me and wanted me with nothing in 2013. And then she ended up making it like she was sick and $300 for that hotel night went to waste because she was in the hospital for whatever reason. But it's like even the online stalkers know my twin sister's business and personal life more than I do. And if they betray her, she'll still forgive them and have mercy. But she would be cutthroat and brutal with zero mercy. And her heart is harder than stone against me. You know, but, you know, and the sad thing is I could not afford to link up with her for our birthday this year in person because I don't know what setup or sacrifice she would do to me. So I can't even have and she will have zero desire to want to link up with me. So what she did last year, that was bizarre and out of her normal, for her to wait a few days later to rush me to come up there so she could set me up for a sacrifice. And she didn't get me, so she got Wyatt. And that's traumatizing to me, you know. So anyway, while I'm surprised it's still fresh in my mind. So I've been talking for over an hour, and so like, damn, since I'm in the day, since I'm in the light and it's daytime, this video, since I'm here and not at the library, this video will not upload. I mean, it probably won't be done uploading until probably after 9 o'clock tonight. So I'm gonna tell y'all this dream that I had shortly before waking up. Like last night, I had a hard time getting comfortable and couldn't sleep for a bit. And I don't know what time I fell asleep, but my sleep was a little bit better. I had to get up and use the bathroom a few times, and but like sometime later this morning, I dozed off and fell asleep, and excuse me, I had this weird dream, or I'm gonna call it a nightmare, because I was at what was portrayed as a park, a different park, and where a whole bunch of homeless people and me were all sleeping on top of each other outside at a park with blankets and whatever else, sleeping on the grass in the park. And then me and this female and a portrayal of her boyfriend were rode in this nice new luxury car. And when I rode in the car with this couple, what they did was it wasn't a car that flies, but it was a car that can jump up in the air and land on top of buildings, but not actually fly up in the air. And then it was like a deja vu kind of dream, because at one bit I had a dream about this scenery before. And I don't remember how long ago, if it could have been 2 years ago. Excuse me. And then another, well, I hate to even use that word, deja vu. Excuse me, but I remember experiencing 2 different experiences with the scenery, of like a repeat of the scenery before, in the dream. And then they forced me against my will to eat McDonald's, And then afterwards, I went back to find myself back to being asleep. And they had a whole bunch of white people, mainly white people, but a few blacks and a few other races. And we were all like sleeping on top of each other and in close distance with each other. And there was a whole bunch of homeless people sleeping, excuse me, on the you know, with everybody sleeping on top of each other, pretty much, you know. And then they had this biracial mixed female that she invited me to go and take a shower in her house. And then in the dream, when she let me in her house, that was another type of scenery that seemed familiar in a couple of other dreams before. And excuse me, in the dream, she was biracial, black and white. In the dream, and in the dream, she invited me to come take a shower in her house, and her house was right next to the park where me and the other homeless people were. And with my OCD and everything, I can't just lay on the ground. Like in real life, I can't. That's why when I got wrongfully arrested and thrown to the ground by the cops, that really, wow, they didn't care about traumatizing the fuck out of me and freaking me out really bad and having me really upset. And then violating me and violating my belongings and snooping through my belongings without my consent and wrongfully arresting me and throwing me in jail. And the stalkers think that's funny. For me to be just violated. The cops committed crimes against me. But anyway, that was in real life I'm talking about, me being wrongfully thrown to the ground. But, with my severe OCD and post-traumatic stress, that's why I can't lay or sleep on a dirty ground. And I can't carry around a sleeping bag because I can barely carry the bags that I have now. And I don't have a place to put the sleeping bag. I don't have a place, like when I was in Pensacola, I used to be able to have a place I could hide or put the sleeping bag and then go about my day walking around with one backpack like normal and then leaving the extra stuff in like storage units, lockers, or hiding places. But here in New Orleans, I can't do that, and this is my hometown. I don't have any family members where I can go and like sleep on the streets at night and then go drop the sleeping bag off at a family member, or my backpack or whatever at a family member's house during the day. Oh, I can't do that, So they have certain homeless people who sleep on the streets at night and then go shower by a family member or a friend during the day. I don't have where I could do that. I'm wrongfully banned from 1803 Gravier. If I try to get service from 1530 Gravier, or whatever that address is, or they hang up in my face. So I get denied homeless services as a TI and wrongfully banned from the shelters and everything, So if I go to a gym, I can't afford to risk paying for a gym membership and then get wrongfully banned and then can't cancel the membership. And then they make you take all your belongings with you before the night is out, or else they will threaten to throw all your belongings away. So you can't keep your stuff in lockers overnight. You have to clear the lockers, before they close. So anyway, back to the dream. So in the dream, at the biracial female's house, she let me take a shower at her house and use the bathroom, and they had like white guys coming out of the bathroom, and then I had on a dashiki dress in the dream, and I tried to take a shower, and I peed on myself before I could get in the shower. They must have did the forced urination gang stalking tactic in the dream, And then towards the end of the dream, the biological brother Wyatt was alive and in the dream. And in the dream, there was like some kind of football party that was the setup was portrayed like as if we were at Ramona's house, like when she used to live on Russia Blade Street or 1999 Hope Street, or one of those areas, or I forgot the other street she used to live on right before Katrina. Dang, Annette Street. Yeah, and it's all in the 7th Ward. And so then like they had like a football party at the biracial female's house. In the dream, Wyatt was upset about the food laid out on the table and threatening to call the police on her, saying, "This is the same kind of food from yesterday. Why is she serving the same food today? Oh, I'm about to call the police." But in real life, Wyatt wouldn't have done that. That's something Mark would do. But Mark would want to make jail threats and call the police on for any and every reason. I don't know if he ever actually calls the police, but his favorite thing is jail threats and threatening to call the police all the time. Excuse me. But yeah. But they had a man on a bus a couple of weeks ago that told me that my skin tone and my genetic features, that he knew I was from the 7th Ward. Well, that my family's from there, So I guess I do look Creole to a lot of people. So if my twin sister wanted to believe the lie that Arthur's not our daddy, why is the family including and accepting her now? But they still reject me. They were rejecting both of us with that lie, saying that Arthur's not your daddy because you're not light-skinned like him. But I woke up in real life from that dream and had to run to the bathroom. And they nearly succeeded at forced urinating me, but I made it to the toilet. But, so I have to go pee now. So I'm going to get off here and go to the bathroom. Excuse me. So, yeah, so for our birthday this year, for August 11th, I'm trying to have faith that they would drop the fake criminal charges, but I'm going to have to represent myself in court. I never in my life did this before. Without the fake public offender. And this is from the January 9th arrest. And then August 13th is the arraignment for the May 9th arrest. From being illegally swatted and lied on. But because I'm black and poor, I can't get any justice, and because I'm targeted, since I'm considered indigent, ain't nobody gonna put up a GoFundMe. A GoFundMe for me to have some decent lawyers to fight these two fuck. Ain't nobody gonna go to bat for and defend me, and put up $400,000 and $500. So $400,000 and $500,000 for GoFundMe or Give, Send, Go or nothing like that. But Daniel Penny, a white guy, meddled in a black guy's business and black homeless guy and murdered him. And Give, Send, Go is supposed to be Christian. And they raised hundreds of thousands for a murderer, Daniel Penny. Wow. Jordan Neely's family barely got even $100,000, I don't think. I don't even think they got $50,000. But the murderer, he meddled and he gave those political folks, like they if they raised that much money for a murder, a former military murderer. If they can raise funds for Darrell Brooks for what he did, even though he's a black guy, and the way he acted in court, and people could raise GoFundMes for him, but I'm innocent, and people want me to just, I'm innocent and falsely accused them, lied on. I have proof that the stalkers admitted to lying on me, and y'all still want me to just rot in jail and be wrongfully punished. But I heard that I could sue the police for kidnapping, illegal kidnapping. And, I heard that I should be able to sue them for breaking my phone and stuff like that too. And sue them for other abuses. And I have no way of tracking down who Fake Damnesia and the other online stalkers are, who conspired. Since they sold their souls to the devil, they will be invincible on this earth, but hell awaits them. And then they'll tell me, and hell awaits you too, Candy. So, and I've had times when I had to suffer on the streets for holidays and even birthday, being homeless and treated like the worst piece of shit. My day being ruined. So I don't know if I need whatever real ID or a passport or whatever doggone thing in order to fly. I don't know if I need that. I don't have real ID, and I didn't know if I would ever get to fly again. So, August 11th, I have the fake court date for January 9th, wrongful arrest. And then August 13th is supposedly the arraignment for May 9th, wrongful arrest. And then, and I'm really scared and don't know what the outcome will be. I'm still praying that they drop the false criminal charges against me. And then, but if I can be free and not in jail, not rotting in jail, not locked up or not sentenced, then, and guess what? They said that for the May 9th arrest, that's a $500 bond rather than 100 something. And the stalkers, they said that, they follow through with their threats that, oh yeah, we're gonna get you arrested again, so that it'll be more before your next XYZ court date. They're doing all kinds of fucked up wicked shit to me and think it's funny, and then adding witchcraft to the mix. Who's the one that needs to be stopped? When they make their fake new profiles to come and harass and stalk, and for me to expose them, I'm the one who needs to be stopped. And then they lie and say I'm harassing people when it's them stalking and harassing me and won't leave me alone or mind their own business. And they need to be, they're the ones who need to be found out, and they're the ones who need to be behind bars. They're satanic cyber criminals. And they're corrupt. So, last year, I don't know if to say that I let everything stop me. Excuse me, because there were so many things I wanted to accomplish last year. But I was set back and held back, jail and court, and then wrongfully banned from many places, and then losing my brother, and then being illegally swatted, more jail and court this year. And and it was for Halloween 2023 that fake damnesia talking about me being ripe for the sacrifice, and my twin sister laughed about it. And I tried to show people, and they ignored me. Just like when I try to show people about her, laughing about the fake AI picture of the blood smeared on the white van with the human trafficking. And then to see my twin sister to get drunk and beat people and do this and do that. And how am I supposed to trust or feel safe around her? But y'all call me the dangerous and crazy threat. So, if I punch somebody, I don't have that much power, and I can't do a lot of damage if I physically assault someone. I can't physically assault someone and have them in a hospital, because the 2 strokes I had when I was 5, I'm not that strong. A lot of people have a lot of more strength and power than physical strength and power than I do. But yeah, so like, I don't know if I would just continue writing and writing and writing. And my goal, my plan was to put out every short story that I've written to date and put it in an ebook, and also do publicize the fiction novel as well, and put it in an ebook, and self-publish both of them on me and my twin sister's 42nd birthday. That's if I'm free and not wrongfully rotten in jail. And who knows if they might end up having me wrongfully in jail and to have me sacrificed or killed on me and my twin sister's own birthday. Or if that's part of the damn plan for them to set me up to get murdered in jail. And the fake Gretna jail guards, they hate me. I'm going through all this trouble and fighting false criminal charges on stuff that the stalkers admitted that they lied. In which I knew they were lying anyway. The cops probably know that they're lying. And excuse me, the stalkers, they're threatening to murder me. They're trying to do me in. So yeah, it was October 2023 when the fake Damnesia told my twin sister about me being right for the sacrifice. And then it was a couple of days before fake Christmas of 2023 when the fake Aquarian Doris perp said that she was invoking demons for my demise. And then, she told me right after I got wrongfully arrested and thrown in jail in 2024, she said, I already told you about your demise for 2024. And so I survived and lived through 2024, so they threatened to make things worse for 2025 and kill me off even faster. But I'm sitting here feeling like this has gotten me feeling down, hopeless, and depressed, with these false criminal charges, but I know I'm innocent. And as I said, I see other people, they're publishing their cookbooks and advertising, self-advertising, and getting support. And, and I get overlooked and ignored, but only a small handful of people might comment or support. And when they do, they say, wow, you got talent out of this, you got writing talent out of this world. Well, it would be helpful if people could, make those supportive, comments on my ebooks to help boost things and vouch for me at least. But all I get is hate comments, so that if I advertise my ebooks, the stalkers, only their comments on there and not one supportive comment on any of my Amazon ebooks. And so that if I, share my ebooks, it would be made that I look like a fool trying to share my ebooks, and only the cult stalkers, the criminal traffickers, got their paid fake bad reviews. That the higher ups in wickedness are paying them to spread lies about me and make fake bad reviews. And they act like as if they want to teach me a lesson to never self-publish or write another ebook again. They're not judging my writing. They have a problem with me as a human being. And they're trying to destroy me off of this earth. When the fake Lean Angie Peterson perp, she does nothing but lie. But then she tried to tell me lying would get you nowhere. When it's her doing the lying. And she made a fake profile with a fake name and lied and said, well, I purchased this ebook and I got scammed. She doesn't even know what the contents of it is. And the stalkers will never spend a penny on my ebooks unless they're supporters at first and then turn into perps later on. So I'm getting off here. I'm tired, and it's 11:50 a.m. in the morning. It's almost noon, and I hope it would be before midnight that this video will upload. So, but I don't know if I will get to fly on a plane and go see, the supposed, go the supposed trip that I'm supposed to go on. If I'm not rotting in jail, I don't know if I can still go fly there and then come back. And I'm supposed to arrive back on our birthday on that Monday, August 25th. And but later on that day, I don't know how much money I will have. I don't know if or I would get any donations or not. I don't know if I would get any donations or not, and I don't know how much money I will have. Hell, I don't even know if I'll be dead or alive. How about that? I don't know if I'll be dead or alive because nobody was trying to help me, and I was freaking out last year. And the stalkers kept threatening, even after I just lost my brother Wyatt and got the news. And the online stalkers were still threatening to throw me in the river, and still threatening. My twin sister just sitting there laughing about it and mocking and making fun. She's sitting there laughing about it. So if other family members, if they admit that they stalk and watch all my YouTube activity, you're gonna sit there and watch your own sister or sister-in-law, you know, be terrorized, harassed, and threatened, and you sit back and watch, and you're not gonna step in. But instead, when I see you in person, you just make death threats at me, trying to fight and threatening to kill me too. My whole entire family, they're dangerous to be around if they all want me dead. You know, whether they're here in New Orleans or out there in Texas or wherever they're at. And other family members have taken their parts in trying to set me up for jail or murder or you know, to get in some kind of trouble or something. All of my family got to be considered, you know, dangerous to be around. You know, and as I said, I never a day in my life set anyone up or set anything up for anything bad to happen in anyone. And if they say that I set them up, they're lying. I don't even have connections with people or interactions with people like that. For me to be a loner, who can I link up with to set someone up? I don't have friends like that. So I love y'all. I'll see y'all. I mean, I'm gonna update y'all tonight, but I don't know if anybody got the time to look at the last 5 or 10 community posts. But I'm gonna get off here.